I'll make it all come true.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. So clearly this video is a little bit different than my other TEAS videos. In this video I did get a 100 on my math TEAS, so I do want to work through some math questions that you'll probably see on your test, and obviously not number for number, but similar format and similar question types. Okay, so some commonly asked questions. The test is 54 minutes for the math section. There are 36 questions that need to be completed. The calculator does pop up every single question, so you do not have to worry about bringing a calculator on the test. And in my notes, I do have number by number, and they're all colored, organized. I don't think in this video I'm going to be doing colors just because it does take a while. But if you want to get those notes, I will show you a little sneak peek. If you want to get these notes, they are, as you can see, very organized. Just show you the first couple. So yeah, if you can see on the right, all 40 questions are laid out just like that. Number organized, color organized, all that good stuff. So I do have a blank copy that I'm going to go through. I'm probably going to go through 10, and if y'all want to see more, of course, I will finish the review if y'all are interested in it, or you could just get the color copy and you can follow along that way. But I'm going to go ahead and start on number 15. I'm going to skip around a little bit. So this one, let's see. Which of the following is equivalent to 0.0009? So first thing I always do is, of course, write it out. 0.0009. Now one thing for tests that you should know is converting decimal to percent. You're always going to move the decimal point 2 places to the right. Now in my notes, of course, they're going to look a lot nicer than this, as you saw, but for video purposes, I'm going to be shorthanding a lot of things. So I'm going to go ahead and move 2, 1, 2, add that decimal, add that percent, and as you can see, 1, 2. So that new number is going to be 0.09%. And we have that right here. Okay, number 16. Now this one you do have to pay attention to because I think that they made this question to trick you. So the question says, a father is planning a birthday party for his son. He is expecting a total attendance of 7 adults, 13 children. Food will cost $11 for each adult, $5 for each children. He will also need to spend $2 each child for party favors. Which of the following is the total cost of the birthday party? There are 7 adults, and for each adult there's $11. Alrighty, then we're going to go ahead and skip over to 13 children. Or each child, you not only have $5 for food, but you also have $7 for party favors. So we're going to go ahead and bring that 7 adults down. We're just going to break it down. That is the first thing you should do. Number 1, break down, which is kind of what we did above. So 7 adults, each at $11. So you're going to time that 7 by 11 for food, which is giving you a total of $77. Okay, so he's going to spend $77 on all the adults for the party. Now, there are 13 children. I'm just going to write child. And there is $5 for food plus the $2 of party favors, giving a total of $7 per child times each child, which is 13. So $7 per 13 children are going to be a total of $91. So, of course, we're going to add the total cost is $77 for each adult plus $91 for each child. It's going to be a total of $168. And I think they could confuse you easily by putting that 2 and 5 separately, because that's going to make 7. Which is not very hard, but of course, if you don't break it down and you're just rushing through it, say you only see the $5 and the $11, you're not going to add that $2. So I have a feeling that's what they're trying to do there. But if you break it down, you will have no problem with finding the correct answer. Okay, and now again, my notes are not this sloppy. I promise. Alrighty, let's see the next question. Simplify the expression below. Okay, so anytime you see a question like this, you're going to want to use your order of operations. And if you don't know what that is, there's a little thing to remember it by PEMDAS. Parentheses. Exponents, which is, the little number above the number. Multiplication. Division. Addition, and last but not least, subtraction. Alrighty, so as always, I'm going to take that number and bring it down. Alrighty, so the first thing on our list is going to be parentheses, the P. So let's see, we do have a pair of parentheses, which is just 9 minus 6. So we're going to rewrite as always. 4 plus 9 minus 6 is 3 plus 13. Alrighty, now got our parentheses done. We're going to go ahead and go to exponents. There are no exponents in here, so we're going to go ahead and cross that out. Now we do have multiplication, so let's go ahead and take care of that multiplication. 7 times 4 is 28. So rewrite 28 plus 3 plus 13. Got our multiplication done. Now we do not have any division in this question, so we're going to cross division out. We do have 2 additions, 1 and 2. So we're going to do 28 plus 3 plus 13. It's going to give us a total of 44. And there's my answer right there. So anytime you see a question with a bunch of signs in it and you're like, where do I even begin? Just always use this order of operations. Now in my notes, I do have it a lot nicer than this, like I said, but this is just trying to do it quick. Let's go ahead and go to number 20. We are trying to find the missing side of a triangle. Now, one thing you should know for a formula to find the missing side of a triangle, oh my gosh, I cannot spell, formula is going to be a square plus b squared equals c squared. So we have our a side, it's going to be 14. We have our b side, which is going to be 8. And our missing C side, which is what we're looking for. Alright, so let's go ahead and, like I say, fill in those blanks. So we have 14 square plus 8 square is going to equal C square. So we'll go ahead and type in the calculator 14 square, which is 196. 8 squared typed in the calculator is 64. And 196 plus 64 is 260. So since that is C squared, of course, we always can't leave it like that because it's squared. We need to find out what that single number is that's going to be on this side. So C squared, we're going to have to square root it. So put that 260 square root in the calculator, and you're going to get 16.2. Now that seems a lot more like it because obviously you're not going to have a side of a triangle that's 14. You're not going to have a side that's 8 and then go to 260. So obviously you're going to have to find out what that square root is And you have 16.2, I'm sorry, not 16.2, 16.12. And there's our answer. If Sarah can read 15 pages in 10 minutes, so that is our first bit of information, 15 pages in 10 minutes. How long will it take her to read 45 pages? So that is our question. So we need to find out how long it's going to take her to read 45 pages. We have the information of how long it's going to take her to read 15 pages, and that is 10 minutes. So let's go ahead and write that down. 10 minutes for 15 pages. So first thing we need to do, find out how long one page is going to take. So the way we do that is we're going to take that 10 and divide it by 15. And we have that from there and that from there. So that 10 divided by 15 is going to be 0.6667, and it goes on and on. So, of course, that is for one page. Since one page took 0.6667, let's find out how long it's going to take for 45 pages. And of course that 45 came from up here, and that 0.667 came from right here. That times 45, 30. So it took her 30 minutes to read 45 pages. I don't read, so I don't know if that's normal. I feel like it is, though. So this is something you'll definitely see if you don't see it on TEAS. I believe I had a couple questions like this. You will definitely see it in nursing school. So it is really good to go ahead and get familiar with it. So one thing that really helped me in nursing school, which I'm in my second semester now, is learning this. Alrighty, so this is going to stand for kilo, hecto, deca, deci, centi, and milli. Okay, so I always just break it down. King Henry died drinking chocolate milk. And the center is always going to be your meters, liters, or grams. Meters, liters, or grams. And in my notes, I do have a full-on chart, and I have it written out pretty well, so I think my chart is pretty easy to read. So since we have our liters, let's find out how many milliliters are in liters. So since we have our liters, we are trying to get to milliliters. So let's see how many decimals we're going to end up moving. So we're at our liters. This is where we're at. We're going to move 1, 2, 3. Okay. So we have 0.5. There's our decimal. And we're going to move 3. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. And just fill in the rest with zeros. So that is going to equal 500 milliliters for 0.5 liters. And there's your answer. And like I said, in my notes section below that you can get in the description, I have it very well organized. So one very important thing to know is anytime something is listed out, that is the order it needs to stay in. So if it says, what is the ratio of boys to girls, that ratio number is going to be boys to girls. So here's our boys, here's our girls. And sometimes these could be switched, so you just need to pay attention to what this is asking. This is just information. This is telling you the order it needs to be in. So it did give us our boys to girls. So we have 14 boys to 12 girls. And there it goes. See, as you see, they could switch it up on you, so it is easy to get confused. Okay, so number 25 says that a customer makes a $400 down payment on television. The television costs $1,570. Which of the following is a number of months it will take to pay off the television with monthly payments of $100? So, if the TV cost $1,500 and you went ahead and made a down payment of $400, that is going to leave you a total of $1,170. Well, if you have that much and you're making monthly payments of $100, you're just simply going to divide what you have left, 170 by 100. That gives you a total of 11.7. Well, obviously you can't pay for 11.7 months, so we're going to go ahead and round that up to 12. So he's going to be paying on this TV for 1 full year, for 12 months. Alrighty. Let's see. Let's go ahead and move down to question number 26. If the pediatric unit of a hospital has 165 beds, question is asking you, how many rooms are there? That's the question. And it's giving you information of each room holds 3 beds. Okay. So, if we have 165 beds, well, we know 3 beds fit in each room. We're going to go ahead and divide that. So 165 divided by 3 is 55 rooms. That's why you need to take it slow. And if you don't know the question right off the bat, it is that we get to flag the question and go to it on the end. We don't have to stick around and wait and question ourselves. It's nice that we get to move on to the next question. And maybe when we're a little refreshed later, we get to go back and we understand it a little bit more. Okay, so this question is asking, what is 20% of 45? I mean, this formula is very, very important to know because you'll probably see it a lot on the test. At least I did. So it's a very important formula to know. Part over whole and percent over 100. Okay, now 100 is always going to be there. Now these numbers are the ones that could change, obviously, because we don't know what's in that question. Alright, so as always, we're just going to go ahead and fill in the blank. And this percent right here is going to go, that percent is always going to go there. Anytime you see a percent, that's where it goes. That 100 is always going to be there. Always, always, always. Always a part of the formula. Okay, so part over whole and percent over 100. 45 is the whole number that we're trying to find part of, which is 20%. So part is x. That is going to be this is going to be the part. So x over 45, because that's the whole number. 45 is a whole number. X is what we're trying to find. And then, like I said, that 20% is going to go over 100. Okay? So there's where that 20% came in. And then, like I said, that 100 is always going to be there. Always, always, always. So let's go ahead and do the math. So we're going to go ahead and multiply 20 and 45. And you're going to get 900. So with that 900, we're going to divide it by 100. So 900 divided by 100. So you're just gonna cross multiply and divide. So 900 divided by 100 is 9. And there's your part. 7, 8, 9. Okay, I'm gonna do one more question, and then if you want me to do another video finishing this review or doing any other questions, just let me know and I will get that done. And like I said, these are gonna be really well organized in my notes. They're gonna look nothing like this, I promise. So the question says, put this in order from least to greatest. Now obviously this does not look fun because here you see a fraction, you see a mixed number, you see percent, and a decimal. Oh my gosh, that just looks like a mess. So first thing, let's just go ahead and convert all these. Now I like personally converting it to decimal just because I feel like it's easier to all look at one decimal versus mixed numbers, fractions, and decimals. So before I do anything, I'm going to convert everything to a decimal. So 3/8, 1 5/8, 75%, 0.33 is already a decimal, so we can leave that one obviously. And -1/8. Alrighty, let's go ahead and convert those. So we have 0.375
and 635.
Okay, so as you can see, this is much more attractive than the mixed numbers and the fractions and the decimals and the percent. So we're going to go ahead and look at those conversions, and then we'll put them to least to greatest. So I can go ahead and look at it, and obviously I'm going to see that the least is negative 0.125. So let's go ahead and go up to our answer choices and cross off what I don't see is the least. That's the first thing you can do. And then second, I can see that 0.33 is next. And I can already see that we have a winner, but I'm going to keep on going and just to make sure everything's right. And next is going to be that 0. So 3/8 as it's written, but we know that it's 0.375. And then we're going to go to 75%. And I can see that that's still right. And then last but not least is going to be that 1.625. Alrighty, so that is all right. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and finish there just because I did do 10 questions and this video is getting pretty long. But let me just show you a sneak peek of my notes. As you can see, they look completely different to that quick notes that I just did. They're much more organized, and I do have those numbers highlighted in orange in the steps that you're doing them in. So just know that they are completely different. As you can see, everything's very well color organized. Here is my Instagram if you have any questions. Also, you have my email if you have any questions, if you want to get the notes. I do have a bundle, the TEAS sections. I have them, most of them are written out looking like this with the highlighters, and they're just very well organized notes. And a common question I get is, what did I make overall on the TEAS? I made it 87, and these notes are what I studied. So you can't really expect to not study on this test. Now, I can't say this for everyone because, of course, there are people that are gifted enough to make a great score on the test without studying, but that was not me. So if you're interested in the notes or if you have any questions, here's my Instagram and here's my email. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back with more TEAS videos.